tension continues to build in Uganda ahead of next week's general election. Authorities have detained opposition leaders and this woman, a key civic leader, accusing her of illegally obtaining access to the National Voters Register. Before her arrest, Sarah Birete had called next week's election a sham in an interview.
The state wants it to be a ritual, but the citizens have made it a real contest. And when you analyze data, districts with the highest voter population are all in favor of opposition and change. The urban centers in Uganda are in favor of change. The demographics, Uganda being one of the youngest countries in the world, are in favor of change, and the regime is panicking.
Critics say the criminal charges against Birete are politically motivated. Veteran opposition leader Kizza Besigye also remains in prison on treason charges. He's been in detention since December 2024.
The refusal of court to grant bail to opposition activists and leaders, which is a targeted lawfare against opposition in Uganda, including the incarceration of Dr. Kizza Besigye.
Hello, my people. As we are approaching the Ugandan election, the sham election in Uganda, the opposition have started accusing the security forces of using violence against them, as usual, you know what I mean? But sometimes, as I used to say in my other videos when I talk about election and democracy in Africa, because some of our people are very naive, when this dictator, or those people that have been in government for so long, when they want to conduct this sham election, they do. And some people will start coming out to make it, to justify it, to justify this election, because if they don't have opposition, if they are not contesting with anyone, the outside world might think that the election is illegitimate. You know what I mean? And this is what they do. They pay some people, opposition members, and some Africans are naive. They don't know that this opposition, they think that is real opposition or not. This is a paid actors to make the election credible, like in the eyes of the international world. But we know that this election is nothing but a credible election. It's a sham election, because by the end of the day, Museveni, Yoweri Museveni, is gonna be the president of Uganda. No matter how you slide it, he's not gonna. No, there's no opposition that will defeat him. We know, because when you look at the Cameroon as well, Paul Biya, almost 95 years old, getting closer to 100 years old, he called it another sham election. And the opposition ran away. That's what they do. You have to leave the country because he is claiming that he won the election. And there's no way you win an election with these people in charge. And, this one thing about Yoweri Museveni is that people should have known him for a long time. He's a non-liar. He always said that he's not gonna contest again. This is the final one, his final election. But when he gets closer to that election, he's saying it's final. He's gonna say, oh, I have an unfinished job to do. And he has a finished job to do for 30 years. You know what I mean? He's not gonna. Even as he's saying, this is my last campaign. I will never campaign again. You're gonna be a fool to trust this man, to trust what he said, and you're gonna be a fool as well to trust politicians. You know what I mean? He said it's gonna be his last. It might not be his last. It might not even be his final. He might even go another one even after this one. You know what I mean? But we know that he's not gonna leave power, as I'm seeing it, until he kicked the bucket. That's the only time somebody like him will relinquish power, because these people, they're afraid that when they leave power and if they stay alive, You don't know what another person can do, because you might think that everybody loves you. Even if you put your right man there, it's gonna protect you. But change changes, because we have psychopaths, people that they're in your inner circle and they think they're friends, but they're not. And look at Venezuela. What's happened in Venezuela last time? Maduro was taken out by Americans, and you see that all these psychopaths maybe hands around him, no one even, no gunshot, no resistance. How can you, a president of a country, another country came out and take the president of a country, and no one, none of his bodyguard was killed or died in that in that encounter. So the same thing happens. This is why this long, internal presidents we have in Africa. This is what they're afraid of. They're afraid of the unknown. If they take, if somebody replace them, is their position or the position of their family? But by the end of the day, what's happening is that their family, at a point they're gonna lose this power. But maybe when the man died, and the country is gonna judge them based on the family, based on what the man, what their father did. Now, if the country think that the father was a very good person, he loved the country and he loved his people, their family, the family of this man, Museveni, will be saved. But if the country think that the man has wasted their resources, he has wasted, a lot of talents, a lot of, energy in that country, because you don't have any excuse for 30 years in power, not to do anything that people can remember you. But sometimes in 30, 40 years, see that they did nothing except to enrich their family and their cronies, their friends. You know what I mean? That's what they do. Their relatives. They make them rich, and the entire country is poor. And it's unfortunate. You know what I mean? So I think the people should not be participating in this sham election. They should just don't waste don't waste their effort, because now you see these people are complaining, the security agencies there and started manhandling them, and that's what they're gonna do. They do what they know how to do. So for you to go and start wasting your time, I don't think is reasonable. Peace.